Hey guys, it's me Delta One here with Airsoft Talk. Rotation of the gear.
You're watching Airsoft Talk. Ready, peeky, bring your family.
Hey guys, it's me Delta One here with Airsoft Talk. Normally I don't make a video like this, but I just thought I'd make one. I'm not trying to troll. I'm not trying to do anything like that. But there's this guy by the name of, let me find his name real quick. John J. Rambo 1. And he states in his video that it is basically not possible, if I'm perceiving this right, to have a gun shooting over 25 RPS at 450 feet per second. Well, this gun right here, my RPK, shooting about 40 RPS at 440, reliably. I put over 20,000 rounds through it in one day. Works fine. Never had a problem. One of the things I do want to know, Mr. Let's just going to call you John. John, is that I want to see you do a full mag dump on your super high RPS gas gun and it not run out of gas in 30-degree weather. And even normal weather without CO2. So, I'd like to see that. He also goes on to further state that it's just not possible, and that from the comments I'm seeing is that Tim knows everything from Airsoft GI. I don't really know what to say back to that, but here's one of the comments that's basically saying that you only think that 35 RPS at 450 is impossible because he doesn't understand them. Well, I'm going to make you understand. Hopefully this will help you learn. Not trying to say you're stupid. I'm just saying, look, this is how it works. Okay, you have ratios in your gears. The lower the ratio at the beginning number, the faster it's going to be. So basically everything's like either 18:1 is the standard flat ratio for standard period. Then there's 16, 14, and 13, and then there is a, I've seen a 10:1, and then there's dual sectors. What a dual sector gear is the gear that engages your piston. And basically a dual sector means there's 8 teeth on top, 8 on the bottom. So for every 1 revolution of your spur, you get 2 shots. So, and basically what that does, dude, is it takes a lot of stress off your gearbox, and you can only run high torque motors. And high torque motors basically have more torque. And high speed have less, but go faster. Now, it's basically only pulling it back halfway, so you're getting half the amount less stress. So basically saying you're running 20, which is feasible for you. If you were to put a dual sector gear in there, while it's got a high torque, guess what? You're going to have 40. Isn't that cool? I like that. It's cool. And the best part about this, it'll work in cold weather, unlike your gas guns, because they don't work well in cold weather. Now, you may say that, oh, gas guns may be more reliable. I disagree. To a very large extent. I don't even want to go into that. That's my opinion. But your little coin mod, I don't really know gas guns, so I can't really argue with you on that one. But normally when you're doing something like that, problems can happen. But, AEGs are very simple. Once you get it down, they're fine. Now, there are people, I do want to say this, I hit 58 rounds per second on a single sector, which is like, I was baffled. But you know what? It broke because I was pushing the realms of impossible. So, as I like to say, it was called insanity. So, that is right. That was really unreliable and didn't really work that well. But, I've got my workhorse, Samantha, over here, RPK, shooting 40 at 440. So, I don't know what to tell you. That's on 11.1, and it works all the time. And if you built your gas gun knowing that my gun was probably cheaper. And I don't have to pay $55 a magazine. And I don't have to pay for gas. Or seals and stuff. I buy parts. You know what? I don't have to buy magazines that cost $50. If I want a drum, I can get one for $55. But I have an auto-winding magazine. Now, your whole gas concept that it's superior and stuff, I don't really want to argue with you on that. I'm just saying, I was like, there are some aspects where gas is more superior. You're going to be able to get a high rate of fire on gas because that's just a common knowledge. Because you can go buy a Strafer for like almost $2,000 with all the proper accessories and stuff. That's the more expensive one with accessories, tanks, and hoses and whatnot. That shoots about 200, so almost 200. But you can make homemade ones for like $60. So your little GMP shooting 25 at whatever FPS you stated, like 450, is completely easy and simply done. There's people on Airsoft Mechanics that have got, I want to say Hunter Seeker 5 has 30 at 700 FPS, and that's using a LiPo. And, I've heard of people hitting, I saw a comment saying 98 RPS. I've heard of that before. It's easily done. Easily done. And you can do any dual sector setup is almost 100% reliable when installed properly, unless you're not pushing the realm of insanity. But, I guarantee you a gear set would outlast any seal or O-ring that you have. Because it's steel and can last forever. And you know what? It doesn't smell like someone ripped ass when you when you get your magazine ready. That's a bonus. But seriously, going further on, let's play some of the audio here. Oh, my thing's muted. Hopefully the person in Skype will be quiet so I can play this audio and not say anything.
With a LiPo battery for change in there, you could use pennies, nickels, quarters. Check this out. This is crazy fast speed on a gas blowback rifle. This thing shoots faster than my AG with a LiPo battery.
Now let me stop him there. He didn't say what voltage, so all we know is it could be a 7.4.
And I believe that there's no AEGs out there that's shooting this hot. This gun is shooting about 450 FPS. There's no AEGs shooting this hot that can shoot this fast. There's no way. So just check this out. This is crazy.
So there's no way. I will give you a parts list right now of what I have. Now, I'm not trying to be an ass or troll. Now I'm going to turn back my my volume down because someone's listening to me on Skype. Okay, my parts list for that, just the gearbox shell, is a cheap CYMA gearbox shell. SHS 7mm bushings, an SRC tappet plate with the SRC air nozzle, a aluminum SRC piston head, a SHS 15 steel teeth, engage, all that, metal piston teeth, and polycarb body. It's got a ball bearing spring guide from SHS. It's got a Garter M120. It's got Sorbothane buffers, SRC cylinder head, and some Chinese brass non-ported cylinder. SHS 18:1 gear set, element motor, max torque with 18:1 ratio gears, and a MOSFET. It's not active braking, it's just bypasses the trigger contacts and a reacting 36 amp fuse from Disguised. On an 11.1, I'm getting 40 at 440. So, my barrel is just a standard 6.8, 590 stock brass barrel with a Systema bucking and Polar not a Polar Star hop-up nub, but just a Systema bucking. So let's continue with this video. Hopefully you can hear it.
Crazy response on semi-automatic, faster than a Systema PTW. See for yourself.
So right now he's basically talking about how his trigger response is better.
I got 39 rounds in the magazine. I'll start on semi. Look how fast this trigger response is.
Okay, so there's something called hair trigger mods that you can do. A little complicated, but it's doable. And you can do reliably. But I've seen people take the hair trigger mods and basically sometimes even... I haven't seen this yet, but I know that there's people out there that have probably done this. Is they basically remove their trigger guard, like, on whatever gun they have, and they make a walking trigger, like paintball. And it basically, you move it like this much. Like just that much. And it goes... And with a dual sector setup, your trigger response is ridiculous. So I know that someone out there has some that's shooting like 25 RPS on semi-automatic. Just throwing it out there. So let's watch, or you can hear the rest of this video. I'll put a link in the description.
This is just crazy fast.
Gas is shooting out of his gun.
You can't even see the BBs flying. It's just so fast. This gun is shooting well over 25 BBs per second. This is crazy.
If you think 25 is fast, there's people who've done 98. Like I've already said this. So...
crazy fast. I'm having so much fun shooting this with this super high rate of fire. Yeah. Magazine's empty. It's feeding every single time. It's...
Okay, 25 RPS feeding every single time is super easy. I know cheap LPEGs that can Maxes that can do that.
Crazy. On dry fire, you can see this bolt. Look at this bolt. If you got a gas blowback rifle, I encourage you. Put some quarters in this bumper tube. It will increase your rate of fire. If you have speed bumpers, even better, add some pennies to that.
I have something to say to that. I do not encourage you to do that because that's not a good idea. Because if it's coming back and forth, what if one of them goes like this? Then you're going to have your bolt hitting something like that, and that could cause problems. And like I said again, I'm not trying to troll this guy. You know, he's just minding his own business, stating his opinion out there. But I'm just throwing down some facts that there's no physical way that any standard gas blowback rifle that actually has a bolt moving back and forth inside of it, showing like an actual external blowback, going like this, coming back and forth each time. There's no way you can outshoot an AG. It's just not possible. Now, range-wise, yes, you've got range. You can have that one. You can have that category. It's totally possible. Easier, simpler. But just throwing it out there. Again, link in the description. Not trying to troll anybody. But guys, thanks for watching, and life is good.